Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and what we're doing today is just taking a stroll around the AeroView hangar, checking out the Freelancer Max. Now, for those of you that are wondering, no, I do not own a Freelancer Max, which is why I haven't done this before. One of my org mates decided to let me take a stroll through his hangar, so here I am taking a look. Now, I owned a Freelancer, the stock variant of it, a while back, and ended up deciding to melt it just because I didn't really see myself using it that often in the verse, and got some other ships as a result. The Freelancer Max, just like the stock Freelancer, really good looking ship. It's a big girl. I don't think you're supposed to call them that. I know my wife wouldn't respond well, but it's a nice looking ship. It's got a little bit wider berth on it. It carries more cargo. It's got bigger engines, and I don't know if you noticed on the rear side when we were walking through there, it's got 4 engines on it, and those engines are TR5s. So the Freelancer is just a good-looking ship. I like the lines on it. It feels very realistic. I feel like this is a ship we could actually see in the future. Now, I don't know if we're going to see the company named Misk in the future, but the design is something that I think we're all familiar with and something we can at least relate to, and kind of has some similarities to the Serenity class of vehicle that I think we've seen in the Firefly movies and shows. So, all in all, great-looking ship. Probably one of my favorite designs. Now, when we actually head back into the cargo area, this is going to be 12 feet, 4 meters wider than the stock Freelancer. Now, with that in mind, it sure looks like a big 4 meters to me. I mean, it feels borderline cavernous in here, and almost kind of, in my mind, compares to the, Constellation's cargo hold. Now, it's not as big as the Constellation's cargo hold. It's not even close. But for the size of the ship, I think it's a pretty significant... it's a big upgrade over the stock Freelancer. Now, here we're going to kind of just walk through the living area. Some of these science tables and sinks and stuff don't actually work. The toilet doesn't work, but you can get into the shower area. But either way, that's just kind of the living areas. One thing that I find very interesting about this ship, and just ships in general, is the size of the engines. When I say size, I'm talking specifically about their class, that TR5. Constellation has 4 TR5s. This has 4 TR5s. The Avenger has 1 TR5. But the Avenger has had a host of ridicule thrown its way regarding TR5s. People are saying, look at the size of this ship compared to the Constellation, and compare the Constellation to sell to the whole Avenger. There's no way it could have a TR5, and that's been a really frequent topic of conversation on the forums. I look at this ship and I say, well, this is quite a bit smaller too. And those compartments that actually house 2 of the TR5s is significantly smaller than that on the nacelles of the on the Constellation. So I wonder why this ship doesn't actually get some of the same ridicule. That being said, though, I think, and this is just my pure speculation, I could be way off base here, but I kind of think there might be more to the engine sizes than we're seeing. Maybe a TR5 that is larger. Maybe that has larger fuel capacity. Maybe it can go longer. Maybe it burns more efficient. Maybe it's got greater thrust output than something that's smaller like on this ship or maybe on the Avenger. Maybe that TR5, that size TR, refers to something else, or there's more to it that we're not actually seeing. I don't know if that's the case. I kind of bet that's the direction it's going to go, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see. Either way, it's worth noting that this ship has 4 TR5s compared to that of a Constellation. It's going to be fast in a straight line. Now, I think that's probably going to be something that's going to change a little bit once it actually gets its fully loaded cargo. It's probably going to be more sluggish and take longer to accelerate, but I think this does have the possibility of being an extremely fast ship. And that's probably something a lot of people are overlooking. I think a lot of people go for this ship just based on the cargo capacity, but I think there's a lot of capacity to get your cargo from point A to point B pretty quick. Either way, it's a very well-designed ship. It feels right on the inside. I think it's just kind of a unique variant, especially considering it's that whole variant that we're starting to see with some of the new variants that are actually coming out. So note that if you get a stock Freelancer, you're not going to be able to upgrade to this cargo hold. Either way, it's certainly a good option for you. One thing that it did crack me up is these kind of like vertical, these almost like vertical blind covers to give you privacy on the beds. Just feels like it's practical, but also kind of low class. Either way, it's a transport vessel. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for a whole lot more. Probably new Captain's Log coming out this weekend, if not early next week. Otherwise, let me know if you have any questions. Stay tuned for more, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.